15mm history. I thought I'd give you guys an update. Excuse the mess. Apologies. These are some 3D print carnations a friend of mine did. Pretty happy with how they turned out. I'm still working on my airbrush. It's having a few issues, but those are mostly my fault. So I managed to get some more Russians. These are ISUs, and over here, and these are IS-2s. These are the non-veteran IS-2s. These are 76s, and I've even got BA-64s. I got the big starter set for Bagration, so I've got some infantry that I'm going to work on soon. But yeah, these big boy tanks, the IS-2 and the ISU, how do they play and are they worth taking? The IS-2 is an interesting choice. It can fight some tanks effectively and it will struggle against others. IS-2s are very well armored. They've got top armor 2. They're good in assaults. They're anti-tank 14, but they are slow firing and single shot. So if they move, they make your opponent +1 to hit. Not great. These guys, the ISUs, anti-tank 14, I think it is, with 3-up firepower, I think. And they've got a decent, it's either 3 or a 2, I can't remember off the top of my head. They're pretty good. I can actually check the book in a minute. They've also got the ability to call in artillery strikes, and you can pay a point to give them HMGs on the top, the legendary Dushka. The IS-2s are pretty good. I don't know. Are they pretty good? They're good in certain situations. In certain matchups, IS-2s are very good. If you run... Like, I played in a tournament, and I think the guy who ended up winning it was 80 points, ran 7 of these and some extra little bits and pieces. And at that point scale, not much can hurt an IS-2. They, I think they're front armor 9. So, front armor 9. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how they've turned out. I'm distracting you, going for a cheeky segue before I sit on the couch and flick out the book. Yeah, just put some paint on them. The AK Interactive splatter effects dirt. Hold on. Yeah, so... Oh, how professional of me. Here we go. It's a very well-loved book. It's a little dog-eared, but... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. The ISU 122 assault battery. Yeah, anti-tank 14 with 2-up firepower. Brutal slow firing. Yeah, 3-up firepower for artillery. 2-up firepower for direct shots. They are, yeah, 3 for 19 or 4 for 25. Or you can go 5 for 32. I think if you go for 32, I think that's a bit much for 5. You probably could get away with running them in units of 3, probably. You don't want to run them in units of 2. That's a waste. For the very simple reason that if you lose one, they'll run. And even though they last stand on a 3, it's not like you can't bank on it. And more importantly, these guys want to be using their artillery. They want to be using artillery templates because if you roll a couple of these up to a point, start shooting artillery shells into self-spotting on a 4 into a building, they'll wreck a building. The problem I think they have is this single shot, 1-1, 2-up firepower, anti-tank 14. that can be useful against tigers or big scary things, but they've only got a 70 centimeter range, so they're going to get out dueled pretty easily, unfortunately. These things are even worse. The ISU 152. Are they cool? Yeah, sure. Are they worth it? Probably not. Like, oh, auto firepower, but you lose an AT. I don't think that's worth it at all. Then we've got, let's have a look. Here we go. It's a bit tricky. I know this book's a bit weird. I thought that it would pop up sooner, but here we go. I think let's have a look. Here we go. Yeah, these guys aren't worth it. Because it makes them go up quite a bit. 50. Here we go. Okay, so no, it's 48. So these guys are quite good. I take quite good. You can make them work, I should say, is probably a better way of saying it. They've got a 70 centimeter range gun, which is not a huge amount of range for a gun this size. Anti-tank 14, 2-up firepower, brutal and slow firing. So what slow firing means in the context of this tank is it has a howitzer, and in order to fire the shell, it's 2-part ammunition. So you put 2 parts together to get the desired technique, to get a shot. Are these... Yeah, I don't know. The good things about them is that they assault on a 3, which is nice. They're not super slow. They move 10 inches. They counterattack effectively. They've got a confident 4-up, not too bad, and they last stand on a 3. They're aggressive, though, but their front armor 11. So these guys can take a beating from certain guns. And, like, I think one of the things you can definitely do with IS-2s, particularly if you're, what they're really good at is fighting infantry. If you deliberately target teams that have maybe gun teams in behind, using an IS-2 that can basically, I don't know, at range, bully a 88 or a Pac 40. At range, these guys can take a hit from a Pac 40, and then, yeah, the Pac 40 can't hurt one of these things from range. Pac 40's anti-tank 12, and at range they'd be 12. So even if you rolled a 1, nothing happens. If these guys can get shots off and hit those Pac 40s, that's brutal. So that means that they have to roll successful hits. Bed spring armor is not amazing. It's very situational. It's very good if you're playing Germans. I've encountered it before, Germans or Hungarians. Making them re-roll, making your opponent re-roll firepower on Panzerfaust is really good. Because a Panzerfaust is only anti-tank, only has a firepower of 5-up. So basically, if these can just shrug it off, that means it's a 1 in 6. It's a 1 in 3 that they get the 5 or the 6, because it's 1 in 3. So if you can make those odds even harder, I think that's very well worth it. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these. I think they are cool models. I think they're a cool tank, but I just think that there's probably better options for your army, I think. The Russians definitely do have problems with big cat killers, but I definitely see these guys... Sorry, guys. I definitely see these guys in lists work, 100%. They will, like, assaulting infantry on a 3 is very good, and they also cross on a 2 with self-defense AA. So they've definitely got their good points, but unfortunately they've got their bad ones. in terms of, because they're kicking around in this box, um, as a suggestion purchase. See, yeah, that unfortunately Clash of Steel doesn't exist anymore. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it suggests you get them for this box. I wouldn't do that. If you're thinking of doing getting the Soviet Berlin box, this is not a good addition to this set. No. I don't really know why these fit. They don't, because I don't think they do. If I was to get anything with this box, I'd buy another box of Shermans. So then you have 9 Shermans. Or alternatively, you have. Oh, actually, no, you would have 9 because they come in units of 2, 2 units of 4. And you could have an HQ Sherman. Yeah, I think the best way to pick these up is probably doing Bagration and getting the Bagration box. That's what I did. You get 4 of them in the box. You get 4 IS-2s. The thing is, it's an interesting formation, the Bagration one, as a starter set because everything in it is good, but everything in it is bad, if that makes any sense. So everything in it is good in the sense that there's elements of it, the ISUs and the IS-2s, you can definitely make work, but you don't want to run formations of two IS-2s. I think you get 3 IS-2s, 3 IS-2s in the box, and then you get 2 units of 2 ISUs that are either 122s or 152s. Again, having 2 artillery tanks, there's only 2 of them, is not really worth it. And having 2 shots from a self-propelled gun that way is a rather bad waste of points. If you build them as a 4-man and a 4-man, and then basically getting something like this, it gives you infantry. It gives you 2 units of infantry and some extra gubbins, and you can have fun. I think, where are we? Okay. Sorry, my phone did something. I would say, in terms of, the Bagration box, I think it's a good add-on purchase for this formation. So you get 2 more units of these infantry, because Soviet infantry are not cheap in terms of picking them up as a box. They're quite an expensive unit. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, and I think getting this, in New Zealand, I think it's like a formation, or I got some of these dudes. So if I was to buy a unit of Motor Strelkovy, I think a 2-man big box, I think it's about $92, which is not cheap. $92 for 10 for a lot of these guys. I think it's good. But the thing is that if you buy the Bagration set and you're interested in doing the Berlin set, if you get it, you'll probably want the 76s are good in it. The BA-64s are good in it. You get more of these. I love the SU-76s are quite good. I've used them in a few games. They're pretty nasty. And then I think the biggest reason why Bagration's a good pickup too is you can get what do you call them? BA-64s in the box. You get 3, and you can use one as an OP. And then if you were really lucky, where are we? If you were really lucky, you could have got this. If you got this box, you would have more than enough infantry, and then you could also you'd have 6 of these, which is 2 units of 3. Then you have to find an HQ. You could run 2 units of 3 ISUs, which is pretty good. But you'd also get 6 of these. So you'd have 3 in the big box. You get 3 in the big box, 3 in this box. So you could run 5 with an HQ. 5 and an observer post, which I think is pretty good. Yeah, because like in terms of the why I think that it's a probably like if you're buying Berlin, like I think one of the problems you can kind of see with this, like if this was New Zealand dollars, that's about $140. A unit of infantry is 92. So if I was to buy another unit, that would put this up to about $230. I also still want to buy BA-64s, and I think they're about 25. I think there might even be a little bit more than that. So like the time I've bought everything, $92. I've bought those BA-64s because I want them for my OP, and having the scouts is really nice. I'm almost a big chunk of the way before I've got Bagration. Like $140. Let's just say those BA-64s, they're 25, so that's what, $117 for just 2 units. Or alternatively, I could get Bagration, get the same units in the box for $117, and then for another $23, I get 4 ISUs, 4 IS-2s, and I also get SU-76s to put my unit up in this. I could have these guys running as a unit of 5. So I definitely think that Bagration definitely has its uses, but I don't think it's a great starter army to kind of learn Russians. I think this is a way better deal. 76mm Shermans are a much better deal than running these guys. I think these guys are probably are a nice addition to have and learn later on, but to kind of figure out the mechanics of flames with that Bagration box, I think is quite tricky. I wouldn't recommend it. But, I mean, if you want to learn, I mean, you can't go wrong with picking it up and giving it a go. But anyway, guys, hope you guys are keeping safe. Whoa, sore wrist. Hope you guys are keeping safe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.